the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. First play, and Wilson wants to throw it. That one will be incomplete. He caught it, but could not stay in bounds for the long connection. This game, the ninth that the Jags have played here in London. You might know that Shad Khan, he's the owner of both the Jaguars and Fulham in the English Premier League on the soccer side of things. And this is the third of 3 London games the NFL will play this year. But there is one more game to come over on the continent. The Seahawks and Bucks from Munich, Germany. The first time a regular season game will be played there. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. And all the way home to the Broncos score. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But down for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Lawrence will throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbinoghene. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So they gave up the big play on the touchdown in the first drive, Charles, and now they were looking for a big play of their own. Instead, they throw the interception.
And, Brandon, they came right out and went for it, trying to push the ball downfield. But remember, the other side ran a few plays before their big one, so they got a little...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquill Griffin with a pick. And the Jags will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. In motion right is Hopkins. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They go play action with Lawrence. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Shaquill Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open data. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Shaquill Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10. On their side of midfield at the 47. Runs over it. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 30-yard line, 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. Now Lawrence. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down, Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DeAndre Hopkins with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity.
Lawrence's throw complete here to Waller. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level. 7-0. And we're still a long ways from the scut. Touchdown! Darren Waller with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Again, Wilson. And now here is another interception. And the Jags are going to take possession. Is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw again on 2nd down, Lawrence. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Lawrence to throw. Buying time to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Noah Igbinoghene. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. And some room to maneuver. And all the way home for a Broncos score. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. He'll look downfield for Waller. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. Darren Waller with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 13. They'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They go play action with Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. Touchdown! Darren Waller on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Back to throw. Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DeAndre Hopkins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And now here is another interception. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960. And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ending up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Here's Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, Lawrence. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Now a 2nd down and 6. Lawrence will throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And the tight end goes in motion left. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he's got some space here. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
You got balance. Look at me. Get balance. Hey, right seven.
Now Lawrence on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Williams will score. Touchdown, Broncos. Well, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Wilson going to throw for it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And I think the Broncos have it. They do. Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's different influences going into the head coach's ear.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Williams. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Play action. It's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On 2nd down, Williams. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. To throw is Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Play action. It's Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Noah Igbinoghene. And the Broncos are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there, and he threw it.
And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions?
I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DeAndre Hopkins. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Jags are an extra point away from going up by 30. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. And the Jags grab it. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback. But maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Touchdown, Broncos. KJ Hamler, 50 yards. And the Broncos take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Nathaniel Hackett told his offense to stay put. They're going for 2. They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Lawrence. That's Isabella open on the right side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Lawrence to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Lawrence. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Now Lawrence. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now here in London. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Wilson. It's Hill, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. This pass caught by Hamler. Big play there on the catch and run. And even 70 yards. They go play action with Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. K.J. Hamler with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
Now, I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Isabella.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Here's Lawrence. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence.
That's complete once again to Hopkins.
And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
Touchdown, Jaguars! DeAndre Hopkins from 3 yards out.
And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. But from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They try the left side here with Williams. Williams loses the football, but it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got a man, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 33 yards that time. Now it's Wilson. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. And the Jags are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Now we'll get whistles, and that signal for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
Exit.
Now Lawrence on first down.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance, and by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day,